Welcome to the Denver Broncos franchise, everybody. Episode 1 is here as we begin a brand new franchise, and it's good to be back. I have definitely missed having Madden franchise on the channel, and I'm hoping to have a great one here with the Broncos. I hope to do some big things with this franchise, so if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button because there is much more on the way. But we're going to begin our journey here in year 1 preseason. I normally skip this, but not this time around. I wanted to play these 4 games and get to know this team. And we all know who the leader of this team is. It is veteran pass rusher Von Miller. We have a long way to go as a team, but it's great to have somebody with his caliber of talent, along with Chris Harris Jr. A dominant corner and a dominant pass rusher will always give a defense a chance. We've got a lot of work to do with this offense, and thankfully there is Emmanuel Sanders to help lead the way for these receivers. And then a playmaker in the backfield, second-year running back, Phillip Lindsay. We're going to plan on starting Joe Flacco at quarterback this year, and I wanted to see how that would go in the preseason. Flacco is the number 28 ranked quarterback in the league, and he still has 3 years left on his deal. But we're also going to see a lot of Drew Lock today in the preseason. I wanted to see how the second round pick could handle things. He's only a 67 overall right now. Here's another rookie, one who can make an impact here in year 1, tight end Noah Fant. He has great speed and can stretch the field vertically. But we're also trying to see what we have in these young receivers with Courtland Sutton and Deshaun Hamilton. With our current roster the way it is, these young pass catchers will play a lot this season. I feel our defense has a chance to be pretty good, but I do worry about our defensive line and our inside linebacker situation. So why don't we get into the preseason, and today I'll be going through all of the main highlights and stories of the preseason as we get this team prepared for year number 1. By the way, I'm using Mat 10 sliders from the Operation Sports forums. I'll be making some minor changes before week 1. But let's get into the action here with the Broncos, and a quick stop in the backfield, and that is Josey Jewell, the second-year inside linebacker. And watch the deep middle on this play. How about the range and coverage? His cover skills really don't have that great of ratings, but that was a phenomenal play. Now we get to see this offense. Quarterback Joe Flacco under center, and a pass to the outside that is connecting with Deshaun Hamilton for 17. Then at midfield, Flacco, nice protection, and then looking to the outside, it's hauled in. Emmanuel Sanders lost the football, and the Seahawks recover it. We'll go back to the Seattle offense here at our 43-yard line. Play action for Russell Wilson, and down the middle, finding his target inside the 15-yard line. That would lead to a short Chris Carson touchdown as we'll go back to the offense. A couple nice throws from Flacco on that first try, and now across the middle, another fumble. Courtland Sutton coughs it up, and it's Bobby Wagner. Now, Bobby Wagner has the enforcer ability, and that ability is very overpowered. There's not much we can do about it until there is a patch. And here's Bradley Chubb coming off the edge. The running back couldn't pick him up, and he gets a free rush at Wilson. And we'll make our way to the second quarter, and it's our first look at rookie quarterback Drew Lock, whose first throw is complete to Tim Patrick. Patrick, one of our depth receivers, trying to make the team again. And Royce Freeman getting some carries. I'm excited about the 1-2 punch with him and Lindsay. Here's a 3rd and 16 now for Lock. There's pressure, and he gets it away. Complete. Patrick again lost the ball. Yeah, Bobby Wagner was still on the field. I thought I'd only have to deal with this for a quarter, and that was not the case. When it comes to playing enforcers, I'll probably raise the fumble slider, but we don't play one until our 10th game of the year against the Vikings. As you can tell, the game is getting out of hand. 17-0, made even worse as Rashad Penny broke a tackle of Josey Jewell and took it to the house. But I wanted to see what Drew Lock could do. This was a big chance for him to make an impact, and there's an open look. River Craycraft on the reception, and Lock begins 4 of 5. Locke has decent deep ball accuracy, but across the board, those accuracies need to improve. He's taking a shot here to the end zone, and it's picked off. What a catch by Tedrick Thompson as Locke throws his first preseason INT. But we're back later in the third quarter. Drew Lock, you'll see his mobility on display here on this play and his ability to throw on the move as River Craycraft makes another reception. From the 36, Lock protected and looks to the sideline and connects with Jeff Hireman. And we have 3 tight ends all in the same overall tier. So I want to see who can break out. Across the middle again, Craycraft on the reception. Really pleased with this first look at Drew Lock and some of these backup receivers. To the 23-yard line, pressure in the face of Lock and going down. Preseason is always a little messy because there are literally like 58 overall linemen on the field. Here is Jeff Hireman. He lost the ball. Yep, Bobby Wagner again. And I wasn't going to have Locke even attempt the tackle here. So Seattle takes a 31-0 advantage. I was still getting used to these sliders as well. Wasn't sure how they'd handle things here in the preseason. But it really didn't go well for us here against the Seahawks. There's a big catch downfield. Geno Smith across the middle. We just couldn't make anything happen, really. I was hoping for a few positives to take away. I mean, Locke did have some good moments here on the first couple possessions. There's a nice carry for third running back Devante Booker. And it's a free rush defensively on Geno Smith. The ball gets kicked around and we send Seattle backwards 14 yards. In the fourth quarter, a few minutes to go. Here's Geno Smith on a 3rd and long, taking a shot that's intercepted. Dakota Watson, the veteran linebacker, showing some range and getting us something to cheer about. I decided to give a drive to Brett Rippon, the rookie quarterback who is 4th on the depth chart, and it was a struggle to even complete a pass with him. Let's go to the last of Seattle here, and a really inaccurate pass from Geno Smith. It is intercepted by Josie Jewell. That's one of those things that's hard to counter with sliders. Those inaccurate passes, I don't know why they have them be like 6 yards off the mark sometimes, especially when they're short throws. But I'll be trying to clean as much up as I can with sliders. In this game, we did lose Khalfani Muhammad to a dislocated hip, and I placed him on the injured reserve. And then signed Larry Rose III in his 2nd season. One thing I really like about the scenario engine is the ability for veteran players to mentor younger players. And here we get an early instance of Ronald Leary, a veteran guard, trying to help out Dalton Reisner, one of our rookies, who is 24 and has normal development. So he needs all the help he can get in terms of upgrading. And Leary here is going to teach him some things about defending finesse rushers, and we get a nice boost there. There was another rating boost I think Reisner got later on. Josie Jewell earns an upgrade. He had a few standout moments in that game, and we're counting on him to hopefully help out there at middle linebacker. Let's go to game 2 now against the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo back to pass on 1st down, and that's what I'm talking about. Picked off Chris Harris. I love having impact defensive backs, and our top 3 corners are all really solid. Him, Jackson, and Bryce Callahan. So now set up in range to actually score this time. Flacco up top. Oh no! Sutton can't come down with it. We did get a field goal at least, and we'll go to a later possession. Toss outside, a juke from Lindsey. Watch out, he's got speed. The most speed on this entire offense. We don't really have speed at receiver, so Lindsey is one of our only big play threats at the moment. Flacco back to pass, trying to split the safeties, and Jake Butt can't make the catch. Broncos had a couple field goals here in the first quarter, and here's a pass to the outside as Garoppolo was able to find Marquise Goodwin. San Francisco gets down the field, and then a nice throw to Jordan Matthews gets them a touchdown. More Flacco here to end the first quarter, 3rd and 9. Flacco, nice pass downfield to Courtland Sutton. Really hoping that Sutton and Hamilton can have big years this season. Later, a 3rd and 6, sidestepping the rush. There's an inaccurate pass. And with these lower-rated quarterbacks, we're going to have a lot of missed throws. Starters play the whole first half here in Game 2, and there's a good stop made by Bradley Chubb. He'll start alongside Von Miller. I'm excited about our corners and our pass rush situation. Flacco again to the air. Later, it's Sanders on the reception. Emmanuel Sanders will be our primary passing target this year. And then Phillip Lindsay showing how much faster he is than everybody else getting out of bounds. From the 35, Flacco in trouble and another sack. This is DeForest Buckner. We had some issues up front here in the preseason for sure. Later, it's Jimmy Garoppolo off the fake. We can't get any rush, but we can get the pick. How about that one? Justin Simmons. He's in a contract year. And if he can make plays like that for us, he'll get that second deal here. Flacco, nice throw. I like the trajectories this season in Madden 20. That's a great pass to the outside. From the 48, trying to go downfield again. Up top, single coverage, and picked. Jason Verrett to the San Francisco defense after playing the first years of his career with the Chargers. He covered Sanders on that play. We'll get Flacco here to end the quarter, and it's Deshaun Hamilton getting downfield for about 20 yards. Trying some no-huddle offense here to close the half, but there's just too much pressure, and Flacco is sacked again. We have Flacco on 3rd and 21 stepping up, and there's still just nowhere to throw it. A big concern I have is with how we're going to separate with our receivers. We only have one great route runner in Sanders and nobody who has really impressive speed. So we'll get take 2 of Drew Lock. I was actually really happy with his first game performance. I thought he made some nice throws. Here's one that Holmes had to adjust for. That is the veteran Andre Holmes, who might be our fastest receiver. I'll have to check. 4th and 7 later, and Locke finds fans, but he's going to lose the football. There are a lot of fumbles here in Madden 20. I will take a look at that slider, but I'm really mostly concerned with enforcers that can cause like 4 a game. 3rd quarter, pressure on the quarterback, and down goes Nick Mullins, and that is Zach Kerr getting some rush. Good to see some of that. Lock to end the 3rd, 2nd and 19. Good pocket and good adjustment by River Craycraft. Let's go to the 4th quarter. Mullins, he's going down again. Now some rush from Derek Wolfe. In the backfield, Jerick McKinnon. Oh, good move. McKinnon breaks a tackle and breaks away, and he is gone. 80-yard touchdown allowed makes it 28-6. And in the 4th quarter, that is off the mark. Lock 5 of 10 to this point. 3rd down and 7. Looking for his tight end, and that gets knocked away from Noah Fant. Still no touchdowns in the preseason for the Broncos. Trying to get something, but one thing that didn't help is the starters that remain in the game for the CPU. They don't adjust like sub-linebacker and a lot of those specialist situations. So DeForest Buckner was out there destroying our line, and then another bad throw by Locke that gets intercepted by Malcolm Smith. So he dropped the first 2 and failed to score a touchdown in either of those games. So we're halfway through the preseason. Now we have Emmanuel Sanders wanting to help us out and mentor Deshaun Hamilton a little bit. And he asks us specifically what we want to get better with him. And my thing right now is just route running and getting open. So I said short routes. I think that Hamilton, if he can get developed, could be a good replacement for Emmanuel Sanders one day. We get +2 release and +2 to short route running. And then an upgrade here for Ronald Leary. I pretty much always go pass protector here. And then River Craycraft, who has been pretty productive, +4 short route running. And now we'll take on the Los Angeles Rams. Another good test, but can this team finally get in the end zone? It's been a rough start to preseason. Well, here's Jared Goff. Got some pressure in his face, but he gets the pass away downfield and picked off again. Justin Simmons. Second pick of the preseason. Both were spectacular. And we'll take over at our 1. Lindsey gets the carry, and he takes advantage of a little running room to get us out to the 16. Next play for Flacco, going short. There's a catch for Sanders. Just trying to get this offense on a roll. Flacco back to the air again, and intercepted now. Got to be very careful. It's Corey Littleton on the pick. All right, let's try this again. Still no score for the Broncos, and this is behind Emmanuel Sanders. I'll probably adjust the QB accuracy by 1 or 2 points. Nothing too major. Later, a 2nd and 6. Flacco puts it right there for Hamilton, who drops the ball. This offense sure has a long way to go. Here's 3rd down, and Flacco gets it away to Sutton, and he is shy of the sticks. We actually ran a fake punt and made it, but then got caught on another 4th down, and it's Lindsey to the outside with speed down the sideline, and he will not score. Now, this slider set does have a higher speed threshold. I don't see stuff like that a lot. I think it might be related to fatigue. But we do get in range at least to find the end zone. It is a Royce Freeman score. Yes, I wanted the team celebration. Finally, it took 10 quarters. And now some defense with the game 10-7. Goff downfield. Nice catch. It's Robert Woods. And again, we failed to really make an impact. This is Todd Gurley now. We started out pretty strong against him, but Gurley's going to get his as long as he gets carries. And then from inside the 5, touchdown, Cooper Kupp. Here is a 3rd and 18 later for Joe Flacco. Rams show blitz and drop out of it. Flacco, he's going to throw it downfield, and that gets intercepted. It was tough to get consistent openings downfield. I've played with other teams on this slider set, and this was certainly the toughest that I've played. Goff and the Rams trying to score again. There's some pressure, though, and we knocked the football out. Again, that was Derek Wolfe, our top-rated defensive lineman. And on a 2nd and 16, a perfect throw to the end zone. Brandon Cooks hauls it in. Touchdown, Rams. I wanted to make sure Drew Lock got a little time here with the starting offense as well. And into double coverage, that is incomplete. But still, I am looking to start Joe Flacco for this season. Maybe Locke gets some time later in the year, but he clearly needs some development before he's ready to play. I don't show a lot of running plays here because there were very few big ones, but Philip Lindsay was really impressive. His speed certainly makes a difference. And Locke underneath, that's caught by Sanders. Sanders was easily our best receiver at simply getting open. There were also a lot of issues on the offensive line. We have some young talent there we're trying to develop, and against the defense like this, when you're facing Aaron Donald, it's not going to go your way. 3rd quarter, Jared Goff. Play action, and down he goes. It is Bradley Chubb who got around Andrew Whitworth. Defense trying to get a stop. The Rams already have 31 points, and there is another good play made by Chubb, who definitely made an impact here in the preseason. He stood out. We have Drew Lock, late 3rd, and this is a little off the mark. It gets intercepted, and it is Aqib Talib. Lock continues to play in the 4th quarter. This is a short dump off. Nice move, Devante Booker. I think I'm pretty happy with him as our 3rd running back. He does have pass-catching skills. Here's Locke to the right side. Craycraft back again for another reception. Locke just 6 of 12 at this point. And again, room Devante Booker running and getting the 1st down. Play action. Locke gets it away. Now it's Andre Holmes getting out of bounds after a gain of 7. 1st and 10 for Locke from the 24. Down the middle with it, and incomplete. Noah Fant unable to make the catch. 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive. Locke. That is complete. Nice catch made by Noah Fant. Can Locke get us in the end zone? 3rd and goal. Locke steps up, but good coverage. Forces a coverage sack. So just 1 touchdown through the first 3 games as we lose 37-10. We're going to upgrade Garrett Bowles now, and he's in an interesting situation because he's a 78 overall, but he came into the league as an older rookie, and he's already 27 years old in year 3. So I'm hoping we can get as much development out of him as possible. And now, the final game of the preseason, getting ready for week 1. We sure need all the preparation we can get. First 3 games were all blowout losses. And now our last chance to see if Flacco can close the preseason on a positive note. And we do start out with a couple nice plays. A catch by Sanders, a good run for Phillip Lindsay. And it's Flacco on 1st down. Trying to look right, he gets picked. Quick reaction from Patrick Peterson, guarding Courtland Sutton. And that is a pick 6. Let's try this again. 2 tight ends on the field. I wanted to try a little more of this as Fant makes the catch and can run with it. But I feel like until our receivers develop a bit, having 2 tight ends on the field might give us more of an advantage. Here is Devante Booker as I ended the preseason for Phillip Lindsay. And Flacco on a 3rd down. Again, trying to go outside. I thought I was throwing these with decent timing, but Peterson has a major advantage against Courtland Sutton, and we pay the price twice for it. Definitely a rough preseason. I wanted to have some more positive stuff to show you guys, but there are some good things left here in game number 4. Flacco able to find Tim Patrick for a nice chunk of yards, and then Hamilton makes the reception. Flacco 6 of 8. Just the 2 we missed were both pick 6s. 3rd and 2, that's caught. Courtland Sutton now, when he's not guarded by Patrick Peterson, can make the catch. At the 28, draw play, and room. Devante Booker heads outside. 1st down. Now we're inside the red zone. Flacco gets it away to the end zone. Touchdown! Finally! And who caught it? Andre Holmes. Not who I expected, but he ran a good route, created some separation, and that is it for Joe Flacco in the preseason. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do, and hopefully we don't see as many turnovers and pick 6s when the games count. Unfortunately, David Johnson rips off a long touchdown run of 59 yards, so the Cardinals pull away. And here is Brett Hundley. He's going downfield, finding the hole in the coverage, and he puts the Cardinals inside the 10. The Cardinals have a lot of intriguing depth talent at receiver, and you'll see that for sure. There's a nice touchdown run, though, for T.J. Logan. This defense really couldn't hold any offense we faced. Here's a deep shot, caught by Butler, and into the end zone. My favorite rookie receiver, Hakeem Butler, as he got the best of Devontae Bosby. 35-7. And later in the game, we got some pressure. We'll score defensively now. It is a safety. Thank you, Dakota Watson. But how about this offense? 4th and 1. A run to Booker. There he goes. Inside the 30. And Devante Booker goes 54 yards for the touchdown. I'll say our running backs all impressed me. Any more positives here in week 4? Well, Brett Hundley has time, and he's going deep again. This is trouble, and caught by Butler again. Devontae Bosby unable to contain the rookie from Iowa State. 42-16, here is Locke, and that is intercepted. Why is Patrick Peterson on the field? This is part of why these backup situations are really, really difficult. But hey, 49-16 later, trying to avoid Peterson anymore, and this is Tim Patrick on the reception. Then we come back for 3rd and 4, another slant, caught. It's Tim Patrick yet again. Broncos getting close to the red zone. Locke gets it away. Patrick again getting open. Cardinals now in the red zone, trying to score again. And here's Drew Lock stepping up and going over the linebacker for rookie Juwann Winfree. One of my favorite throws from Lock here in the preseason. Just a nice touchdown pass. Something positive to help close on. We have some more offense though in the final quarter of the preseason. How about this throw? Noah Fant on the reception. Fant should have the chance to play quite a bit here his rookie season. We'll throw a quick one to the outside. Another grab made by Tim Patrick, getting 9. Lock on second down, accurate to the outside. Now Craycraft on the reception. We've entered the red zone again. Blitz sent, and this throw a bit off the mark, intended for Craycraft. 4th and 7 for Drew Lock. Again, pressure is sent, and a great catch is made. That is Fant at the 2, showing he can make the tough play. And then 2nd and goal. There's a quick throw. It's a touchdown for Tim Patrick. I thought Patrick and Fant both stood out really well here in Game 4. Here's the last play we're going to see in the preseason. Lock trying to go across the middle and gets picked off by Byron Murphy. And that is how preseason ends. We do get blown out all 4 games. Not too worried about it. I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I want the sliders, but I do enjoy the gameplay on these. Preseason isn't the best time to really grade a slider set, but there are still a couple changes I intend to make before week 1, which will be coming Sunday. Very excited about it. I do think, though, after this preseason that it's going to be a struggle for us to get victories. Here are the stats from the preseason. Both quarterbacks had 5 interceptions. Drew Lock, not quite as accurate as Joe Flacco. I do think that Flacco is the better option here to at least begin the season. He can also mentor Drew Lock. I hope that comes up eventually. On the ground, I thought Lindsey, Booker, and Freeman all had their moments. Definitely Phillip Lindsay was the best. In the air, Tim Patrick. I was actually excited to play with him because I saw him last year in the preseason. He's a good number 4 receiver. Then there's Craycraft, who stood out. I think that Sutton was much better than Hamilton from what I saw. And defensively, I thought Bradley Chubb made an impact. Dakota Watson had a couple nice plays. Very happy with Chris Harris and Justin Simmons. And then, of course, we're going to get to see Von Miller at least come week 1. So it was very up and down for Drew Lock. I did see some of the potential. I did not get to use his deep ball very much because we just don't have great deep threats at receiver. But he's closing in on his first upgrade to become a 68 overall. I'd like to get him a couple upgrades at least before he sees any real playing time. And we'll see if he gets to see the field at all during his rookie season. Then we get the roster down to 53 players. Brett Rippon goes to the practice squad, and I started to cut a lot of the depth players. Many of them there weren't any highlights of in the preseason. But let me know down below what players did impress you from the preseason games. I know those games were probably tough to sit through, but I'm hoping that with this slider set, the gameplay is fun. I know I did that stream a few days ago, and I really enjoyed the games I had. And once it's all starters on the field, I do think it'll be a little bit different. Plus, I'll make some slight changes. But I did sign a couple players to our practice squad that weren't on our team, including receiver Keith Kirkwood and running back. You know I had to sign at least one. Some speed here. Kareth White, rookie from Florida Atlantic. And I also set the depth chart. So here's what we have come week 1. Joe Flacco at starting quarterback. And hopefully this young core of playmakers can develop. You can plan on seeing a lot more too tight end offense than you saw in the preseason. And then defensively, thankfully Von Miller will be out there. We could see us play a lot of man coverage this season. I certainly would like to with these corners, but we'll see with these linebackers what I'm able to do. On special teams, Devante Booker and River Craycraft will handle kicks and punts. I might sign somebody else, though, if they don't make an impact. And for our specialists, Bryce Callahan is going to play the slot. Von Miller, Derek Wolfe, Bradley Chubb will all rush, of course. And then I want Sua Cravens to be one of our nickel linebackers. He's a safety that has this dime linebacker skill set. Although he does need to improve his cover skills a lot, we just don't have great sub linebackers on the team. And here is our 10-man practice squad. I might end up cutting one of these receivers to make room for a defender, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Our schedule is really hard. We play, of course, the Chargers and Chiefs twice this season. Plus, we're going to see the entire AFC South and NFC North. On top of that, we also meet the Browns this season. I don't see many games on this schedule where we would even be favored to win. The only injury we suffered in the preseason was to running back Kelfani Muhammad, who is still on the injured reserve. And our Week 1 opponent is the Oakland Raiders, which means we'll see Antonio Brown make his Raider debut. This is a team that might not be very good this year, but they made a lot of changes in the offseason, and they have a lot of picks moving forward to add to this current core. It's not the most talented team. It's probably one of the least talented teams on our schedule. We play them twice a year, and I think it's a good test to see where we're at because we're also not the most talented team. It looks like we're going to see a lot of Doug Martin and Jalen Richard in this game. Josh Jacobs, the rookie, is a 74 overall. We may see him in some power situations. And for our defense, I think not seeing Jacobs is probably a pretty good thing. And the final thing we'll do today, an upgrade for wide receiver Tim Patrick. He's not a great route runner, but the other skills are intriguing, and I enjoyed playing with him here in the preseason. +4 short route running, that will certainly help. But that is it for preseason, everybody. Week 1 is on the way. I'll see you again Sunday. Please leave a like on the video here in episode 1. Please subscribe to the channel and let me know down below. How excited are you for this franchise? It's good to have it back on the channel, and I'm ready to get going. I'll see you again in Week 1. Have a great day.